Welcome to another Minute at the Museum, where we feature amazing vehicles and artifacts from the museum's collection. Thanks for joining us. GM produced the last Pontiac at the Orion Assembly Plant just 10 miles north of Pontiac, Michigan, where it all began. With little to no fanfare, in late '09, early '10, the last Pontiac was produced. All of the last Pontiacs were G6s, and all were rental cars. So each one of them went to different parts of the country. It was normal for the company to put 15,000 miles on the car and sell it and just move it on and then get a new one. So the last car story kind of began recently for us at the museum in late 2022, around October, when somebody posted on the internet a story about what they called the last Pontiac with a VIN number that ended in the number 2. I visited with a friend of mine, Bob Adams, about the story and just asked him what he thought about it. Bob and his brother Bill ran a Pontiac dealership in Joliet, Illinois, and they happened to have printed out on the GM computer the paperwork for all the last Pontiacs, and he thought that maybe there was one after that. So he went home, got his paperwork out, visited with his brother Bill. Sure enough, they found the paperwork to one that ended in the number 3, which was one more after the one named on the internet as the last Pontiac. That one in the story was that it was wrecked and totaled. It started out in Hawaii as a rental car, came to California, was totaled, went to Mexico, never to be heard from again. And they went on about what a sad ending this was for Pontiac. So after Bob and I spoke, I said, let's find that car. So we hit Carfax and found out that it went from Orion plant near Pontiac to Boise, Idaho, to the airport as a rental car. As I said, it did the usual 9-11 months. They took it to an auction. It was purchased by a GM former Pontiac dealer in Golden, Colorado. They put it on the lot, couldn't sell it. Then they took it to an auction. Well, another former Pontiac dealer, a GM dealer in Scott City, Kansas, bought the car. They took and put it on their lot, and 2 days later, an 82-year-old lady bought the car for her daily driver, having no idea of the car's history. So through the records of Carfax, we could tell that she regularly had maintenance done to the car. There was no accident. It was in southwest Kansas, which is a dry part of the country. And so we thought, wow, this car may be in pretty good shape. We did further research, found she had a daughter living there, reached out to her, started a conversation. She wasn't sure her mother wanted to sell the car. It represented freedoms that she didn't want to really give up. But after about 4 months' time, she thought she would sell it. So my friend went and got the car. We made the deal for the car. And when I reached out to my friend to let him know that we would be sending him the money for the car, he said, don't bother. So he donated the car. As soon as he got it home, it didn't take him a half hour to find all the signatures in the trunk that were autographs from the line workers. The lady had not gotten in the trunk, obviously, the whole 11-12 years that she owned the car to find out that it was a special car. I did tell her, by the way, it was a special car, and she seemed very pleased that it was going to the Pontiac Museum. So we took the car, we did a little detailing, we had to repaint the fascia on it where it had a lot of scuffs, and just did a thorough detailing and ended up taking it to the POCI convention in 2023 to debut it. And we are just so proud here at the Pontiac Museum to have this piece of history from Pontiac Motor Division.